Welcome back to Good Morning Oakcrest. I'm Tamika Harris. Today we speak with our good friend Wendy Goldban, who joins us from the Baltimore Humane Society. With that, I say good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Tamika.
Well, you know, we've had you on previous months to talk about a friendly, cuddly friend or two. Now, today, you just really come with some updates. So what's going on at the Baltimore Humane Society?
Well, we have an event coming up. We have all kinds of fundraisers. So we've got a few things happening.
Okay, well, take the floor.
The first is, and I'll show this, and I think you guys can show it on camera, the Paws on Parade.
Yes.
Which is coming up next Saturday, May the 12th.
Okay.
So, whoops, oh well, that's okay.
There it goes.
The thing about Paws on Parade is you can participate in so many different ways. The day of the event, people can come and they can walk. And you can walk by yourself, you can walk with your friends, you can walk with a pet, whatever you'd like to do. And it's only a mile or a mile 0.6. But we're on a wildlife preserve, 365 acres. It's really, our grounds are just
I didn't know
beautiful.
you were on a wildlife preserve.
Yes, we're on 365 acres, and part of that is really considered a wildlife preserve. The person who, and I'll backtrack and we can go back to Paws on Parade, but when the Humane Society, Baltimore Humane Society, was formed in 1927, so I'll give you a little bit of history. And it was created by a woman named Elsie Barton Seeger. Now, Miss Seeger was actually a debutante in Pikesville, and her family had a lot of pets, and she loved animals, and she got sick. And while she was sick, her only companions were her pets. And when she got better, she decided to devote her life to being good to and paying back the animals that were so kind to her while she was ill. So she started the Humane Society of Baltimore County. And it was actually on her home grounds, I believe, at first, which was Old Court Road and Park Heights, where the Beltway is now. So you can't see the house anymore. But so she started this Humane Society, and eventually, through the years, she moved it to our location in Reisterstown on 1601 Nicodemus Road, and it's on 365 acres. What she did, though, was she set up a trust because she was so adamant about keeping it as she wanted it. So she made it into a wildlife preserve. We've got our little envelope of buildings, and that's a very strict building envelope. We can't build out from there. We can't expand unless we go up outside of that envelope. And the rest remains a preserve. Also a pet cemetery. But that's, you know, it really maintains the beauty of where we are.
You know, a lot of people want to know, how are you different? And I apologize if this puts you on the spot, but how is the Baltimore Humane Society different than the Maryland SPCA or other organizations?
Well, that's not so hard.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's easy. We are a no-kill shelter. The others are not entirely no-kill.
Oh, okay.
So that when
so you're 100% no-kill.
Yeah. Now, I want to qualify that because I think it's really important for everyone to understand. As a no-kill shelter, that doesn't mean from time to time we don't have an animal that we absolutely cannot help medically, whose quality of life is just disastrous, that won't be euthanized, or an occasional animal whose behavior is so far gone that we cannot do anything about it and we don't have the means to correct it. In those few cases, there may be
You make the tough decision.
Yeah, we make the tough decision. But I mean, you know, if there are 6 perhaps animals out of a year that may happen to, that's a lot. So really, we are no-kill. If you come to our shelter today, the animals you see there today, you don't have, a lot of people don't like to come because they're like, I can't deal with this. I hate seeing them there. You know, I don't know what's going to happen to them. But I say to them, don't worry, because you're going to come back tomorrow. They're still going to be here. And that's the nice part about being a no-kill shelter is you don't have that horrible looming feeling over you that, oh my gosh, you know, these animals aren't going to be here tomorrow if we can't get them adopted. But that's also the double-edged sword of being a no-kill shelter. You know, I say people, the good thing is they'll be here tomorrow. The bad thing about a no-kill shelter is they'll be here tomorrow. So we have animals that have been with us for several years. And that's heartbreaking because it's not the place for an animal to be.
But that's why you put together a bunch of initiatives like the ones you'll share with us today.
Right.
The Paws on Parade is an initiative by the Baltimore Humane Society, which, Wendy, if you don't mind sharing exactly what it does and how it helps the animals or what the initiative is all about. Give us some background.
So Paws on Parade, there are a lot of, like I said, you can come and walk. But there are all sorts of ways that this gives opportunities for people to help us out.
Okay.
We are a small nonprofit, and we survive on the little bit of the trust from Ms. Seeger, but also from donations and events. That's what we survive on. So we really rely on the community to help us. So if you go on our website, BeMoreHumane.org, and you go to events, and you'll see the Paws on Parade listed there, and you click on that, you have the opportunity to register to do a number of things. You can register to walk, that's $10. Or you can register to be what we call an advocate. That's free, doesn't cost anything. And when you register to be an advocate, it gives you the opportunity to fundraise for us. And the really neat thing about it is that it gives you a web page of your very own. So it's like Tamika's page for Baltimore Humane Society, whatever you want to call it. You can do it for yourself, you can do it as a team of people, and you just send the link to your web page to all your friends, all your email contacts, your business contacts, whoever you'd like, and you say, please help me raise money for the Baltimore Humane Society. So they click on the link that you've sent them. They come to your fundraising page. You can put pictures on there. You can do all sorts of fun things on your page if you want. You don't have to. And they can just decide, okay, I'm going to donate $10 or I'm going to donate $5. And they automatically do it on that page. There's a way for them to submit their credit card information or however they'd like to pay. And it's done. There's no work on your part except to send out the link to the page.
Very
nice.
nice.
It's a great way for us to have you help by fundraising. So
this money will help exactly you all do what?
It goes directly to the care of the animals. All our money goes directly to animal care. It's very expensive to take care of these animals on a daily basis. You know, I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head now, but it's somewhere between $25 and $50.
Wow, a day.
Yeah. It's very expensive. You know, don't forget, it's food, it's medical care, it's housing, all of that. It's the staff that take care of them, the medical staff, the training staff, all of it. So the money, I can tell you right now, doesn't go to salaries.
Well, I mean, you know, that's enlightening to know because sometimes we give to a lot of charities or organizations and you know,
most of it doesn't go to where you think it's going. And in our case, I unfortunately don't know the percentage. I probably should get that. But as a charity, you can be assured that it's going to the animals. The staff, it's a very shoestring budget and a very shoestring staff, so the money isn't going to anybody who works there. I can tell you that.
You all do such a great job, a labor of love.
Nobody's getting
animals.
rich.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So a Paws on Parade, again, that'll be Saturday, May 12th, 2012 at 10 a.m.
And also, you know, some of the things about Paws on Parade that I'd like people to know. Yes, you can come and walk, but also, you can just forget the walk and you can come and have a really fun day. You can bring your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your pets if you have them and if they're friendly, because we're having a day filled with contests and games and prizes, seminars. We have a seminar on preventing dog bites. We have an Ask the Vet booth. We have different vendors. We're going to have Tiki's Playhouse ice cream truck for dogs.
You told us about that in prior shows.
They were there for our Easter extravaganza, and they're coming back for Paws on Parade.
That's good.
And the games are really fun. We're having a costume contest, so you can bring your pet in a costume. We are having dog limbo. We are having the six-legged race. So if you have a dog and you and your dog or whomever that you'd like to do it can go tied up or somehow, I'm not in charge of the games, but they're going to race. We're having musical sit and stay, kind of our human takeoff for dogs on musical chairs.
You all are just too creative.
So we're having a whole bunch of different things. We're having a swimming pool. We are just going to have all sorts. Hopefully the weather will be nice that day. So we're going to have all kinds of fun things, and it's free.
Oh,
it's all free. So come, you know.
Come one, come all, and bring your friendly pets.
Yes, bring your friendly pets.
I did catch that.
And no retractable leashes. We don't like retractable leashes.
No retractable leashes.
No, because people lose control with those.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, what else is going on, Wendy?
Let me see. Where shall I begin? We have our Fat Cat Fitness Camp.
Yes,
and I know you guys have our little sign that you can show for this.
Fat is spelled P-H-A-T.
Yes, that's a little fancy. You know, fat, P-H-A-T has always been thought of as like something cool.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty hot and tempting.
So rather than insult our little kitties, we're calling them the P-H-A-T instead of F-A-T.
That's right.
Fat Cat Fitness Camp. So Fat Cat Fitness Camp is now in session.
Wow.
We have a special Fat Cat Fitness cabin. So we've got cat communal rooms, and we made one of them strictly for our 7 fat cats that we chose for the program.
So these are cats that already reside at your
they're all up for
Society.
Yeah, they're all up for adoption.
Okay.
So don't think that they're not adoptable. And
I was thinking people were bringing their fat cats to your event.
Well, what we were thinking originally was that the reason we chose this, 1 out of 2 pets, dogs or cats, in this country and around the world are either obese or overweight.
Now, why is that? I mean, are we overfeeding our friends?
We are overfeeding our friends for sure. We've got nice, good food now. The food just keeps improving for pets. And a lot of owners show their love by feeding.
Like food that we would eat.
Well, I don't think you'd eat that food, but
well, no, I'm saying
the pet food. But
we're feeding them off of our dining tables.
Certainly, we do that too.
Okay.
But I think that that's part of the problem is we're just giving them the food in large amounts because we're feeding them with love. But also, look, 1 out of 2 people in this country are obese or overweight. I think that it's endemic for all of us and our pets because people aren't exercising, they're not moving, they're not doing. So if you're sitting around being a slug, your dog or your cat most likely are sitting around and being slugs too.
Well, don't some people like fat cats? No
well,
pun intended.
They may like them, but wrongly so.
Okay.
Being overweight is just as bad for a pet, for a cat or a dog, as it is for a human.
So does it incur disease as
yes,
if it does?
Yes, and I have a list because I don't remember everything. But overweight in cats in particular, since we're talking about the cats, can lead to arthritis, which is painful, as many of you know, depression, heart disease, also breathing difficulty, diabetes, liver disease, bladder cancer.
In cats?
Yep.
Cats can get diabetes?
Yes, they certainly can.
I did not know that.
So, it's so cute, it's so funny, and there was some 40-pound cat in the news last week. It's atrocious, and in my opinion, it's a form of abuse.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess when I'm thinking of a fat cat, I'm thinking of the cat that we see on the Purina puppy, you know, not Puppy Chow, but the cat food commercials, the white fluffy.
Well, he's fluffy. He's
okay, fluffy is different than fat.
Yeah, I mean, some of our long-haired cats look full, but they're not fat, especially in the commercials.
Well, they look a little dense to me.
If you look at a cat, all right. A little dense, a little thick.
A little thick.
Little thick.
Juicy.
No, they're not thick. You don't want them thick.
Okay.
You want them to have a waistline, just like in humans. So if you look at a cat, and I'm sorry I don't have one to demonstrate on, when you look down on the cat, you should see a little waist. When you look to the side of them, you don't want like this big lumpy bunch of stuff hanging down from them.
I don't know. There are some cats I've seen, Wendy, that do not have a waistline, and I don't know if they're overweight. Like, how do we know if a cat is overweight? What's a good cat weight?
You want to look at them first of all. Judge them by how they look. You should see a little waist. And
should we weigh our cats?
Yes, you can weigh your cats.
Are you serious?
Yes, you can hold them in your arms. Stand on the scale. Stand on the scale. Get off. and then weigh yourself on the scale, and you'll see how much your cat weighs.
Oh, but, I am getting an education today.
So a lot of these fat cats have this like really gross sort of like blubber hanging down from their waist when you look at them from the side. That shouldn't be there. You don't want that there.
Oh.
And also when you feel them. So when you're feeling in the rib area, you want to be able to feel their ribs. You don't want their ribs sticking out and showing, but you also don't want to have to like go through layers of fat in order to feel the ribs.
Oh, I never knew.
Yeah. Now there's a site on Hill's Science Diet, and they have a page in there that actually shows you how much 1 pound of fat on a human is to the equivalent of a cat. Mm-hmm. And it's something like 12.5 pounds for a cat. Mm-hmm. That's what 1 extra pound of weight means for a cat. If you interpret it like for a human, that would mean 12.5 extra pounds. That's a lot of weight. That's 2 sizes for me.
I never knew. And I'm just excited because I love sitting in this chair, and when I do, I get to learn a lot of different things that I did not know before. So
it's really,
if you have a fat cat, definitely check it out.
Yes, yes. Make sure you put them on a slow weight loss, though. That's another thing that's really, really important. Cats, apparently a fast weight loss is extremely dangerous, and you can actually kill them from what I've been told if they lose weight too quickly. So it should be a very slow, gradual weight loss, which is always suggested anyway.
Okay, well, we're going to have to come back and talk about weight loss and all that good stuff, because I have some more questions to ask
I know, I wish
you.
I could show. Well, for the cats,
yeah.
All right, why did we choose cats over dogs? Because people know what to do with dogs.
And we're talking about the
fat cats.
Fat cats fitness.
Right. Mm-hmm. So why did we choose just cats and not dogs?
Right.
Because take a dog for a walk, throw a ball, romp around, have some fun with a dog. That's easy. But people with cats are like, I don't know what to do with a cat. What am I going to do with the cat?
They take care of themselves,
I can't take
right?
him for a walk. Some people do. I have a neighbor who walks her cat. The cat's like a little dog. It's so cute. But and she puts it out on a leash out front on her porch, and it hangs out outside for a while.
Oh, my gosh.
But most people don't know what to do with cats. So that's why we chose to do the fat cat
cats take
camp.
care of themselves, right? I mean, in a sense, where they just kind of mind their own business, as far as I understand
if they're overweight, they become sluggish. They become apathetic. They don't move. And it's very difficult. So when we set up this fat cat fitness cabin, I have wonderful companies who are all like award-winning companies for their exercise or feeding equipment. And they all donated different things to us. So we have a cat wheel. This is great. It's like a hamster wheel, but it's like this big. And you put the cat in there and you dangle something and the cat starts running on there.
Okay.
Our cats have not yet ventured onto it.
So is this a day event
This is a 12-week program.
Oh, okay.
Now this is a long-term program.
And are you documenting it in any way?
Yeah. So we're documenting what we're doing, and we've got all this equipment. We've got some really neat equipment. And you can make some of these things. You don't have to buy it. There's different types of feeding devices where the cat has to actually forage for his food. That's very instinctual for a cat. That they enjoy that, and it slows down their eating process as well. It's more natural. We've got laser toys that you just push, and they are timed for 10 minutes with a laser light that they chase, or something that they bat. All sorts of really fun things to help them get active. We've got a trapeze swing that they can jump up into, and we've got shelves all along the room up high. So they'll jump up to one of the shelves and they'll start walking around and jumping from shelf to shelf. Cats, like their predecessors, the larger lions and all, look for prey, and they like to get up high to look and see what's down below them. It's part of their instinct. So they love these. We call them clouds, and they climb around on those.
Well, Wendy, we're going to take a quick break for just a moment. And when we come back, we'll talk more with Wendy Goldband, who joins us from the Baltimore Humane Society. She's going to bring us some more information about what's happening there at the organization. Continue watching Good Morning Oakcrest here on Channel 973. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Good Morning Oakcrest. I'm Tamika Harris. Our guest is Miss Wendy Goldband. She joins us from the Baltimore Humane Society. Now, Wendy, before we went to the break, we talked to you about the Fat Cat Fitness Camp, and that's where we kind of left off. Now, just give us the information again. When is this going to occur? And then once these cats who reside at the Baltimore Humane Society go through this 12-week process, what happens next?
Okay. So it is a 12-week weight loss program and fitness program. Throughout the, and it's just begun, so it's happening now. Throughout the program, the whole idea here is not only to get our cats in shape, but to help the community learn what to do for their cats. Okay. So, you know, that was really the ultimate goal, was to help the community. So every week, if you log on our website, go to bemorehumane.org, and look for the little Fat Cat Fitness flash picture, and you can click on that, or look on this month's events and you can find a link to it. And you'll end up at a series of pages for the fitness camp. And each page is something different. The page with videos, every week we're posting another video that is instructive, that will that's usually being, you're usually being lectured to by our vet for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. They're not really long, but we pick different topics like feeding, body conditioning, exercise, all different things. Every week there will be a new video posted, so you can move along with us on a weekly basis as well. Wow. We're also having webinars, interactive webinars. And we're doing this for the first time, so I hope it works. It's an experiment for me. This coming Monday at 3 p.m., if you log on our Facebook page, and our Facebook page is, it's facebook.com/BeMoreHumane. So if you log on there, we will be holding our webinar on our Facebook page. And you can actually chat back and forth with us throughout the seminar.
That's very nice.
It'll be really neat. We're excited about that. We hope that it'll work out. I have to get it all, you know, taken care of electronically. But, and we're going to do 3 of those. So 3 consecutive Monday afternoons, so people can join us.
So what happens to the cats after this whole process?
Okay. Well, the cats are up for adoption right now. We don't want to discourage adopting these cats. Some of them are our Lonely Hearts cats. Okay. And we can talk about that in a sec. But if somebody wants to adopt one of these cats, come in, fill out an application. You can take them home. We will work with you to continue the program at home. But we would rather the cat be adopted and go home with you and work on the weight loss program than just be stuck at the shelter.
Okay. You know. All right, very good. So the end goal is to hopefully get some good press around these cats?
Well, we're always looking for publicity because my end goal is always to get people to come and adopt or maybe donate.
But people won't know about the cats unless they have this. You have these programs, and
that's right.
You know, it's very enlightening that you do have them.
That's right.
So that is the Fat Cat Fitness Camp, which is going on now at the Baltimore Humane Society.
And one other thing I should just tell you. We have a camera in the Fat Cat Fitness Camp room. It's a live streaming camera. So at any given time, you can log on either onto our Fat Cat Camp Fitness page, or the Baltimore Sun also has the streaming camera. It's their camera. They set it up. So at any point, you can take a look and watch.
That's very nice.
See if they're moving or if they're just sort of lying around. But
see if they're true to what they're supposed to be doing.
They're starting to move around. They've lost a little weight, and all of a sudden they're becoming more and more active. It's really interesting to see.
Wow, very interesting. Now, we all know that you don't just have cats over there. You also have other furry friends like rabbits, but and other, I don't know how many other things.
Hamsters, anything furry.
Anything furry, okay. Yeah. And also included in that list are dogs.
Of course.
And so we would like to share just one of the dogs that live over at the Baltimore Humane Society that is up for adoption, not perhaps for a resident senior citizen, but just to show you off some of their furry pals. Here's Aurora. Take a look. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at some few clips of Aurora, who is over at the Baltimore Humane Society, just one of a few dogs who live there waiting adoption. And I know a few folks said, well, why did Tamika say maybe this dog isn't for me? And so I look to you, Wendy. Why would a dog like Aurora perhaps not be suited for a senior?
Well, Aurora is a larger, stronger dog, and she may be a little more difficult for a senior to handle, to give the proper amount of exercise that they need. I mean, that's not necessarily the case,
right?
But for a lot of seniors, that may be. One thing about Aurora is that she is a member of what we call our Lonely Hearts Club, and I know we've talked about this before, but you know, as we were saying earlier, a no-kill shelter, one of the bad things is that they'll be here tomorrow. And in Aurora's case, she's been with us for, I think it's been about a year now. It's way too long for an animal to be in the shelter. Some of our fat cats have also been with us for over a year, maybe some 2 years.
I look at Aurora and I see a dog that's very, very energizing, or has a lot of energy, I should say.
Right.
So I see her with like young kids,
usually
young family. And again, you know, we always talk about how you all match animals to their owner. I don't think you talked to me about how some of your guidelines are as it relates to adopting. So what are some of those guidelines?
Well, we're very careful. You just can't walk in and say, I want that one, and walk out. Never. We insist that you fill out an application. And unfortunately, I know it sounds kind of invasive. I mean, all you want to do is adopt a pet. But we do check out your references and we check out your background. We don't want the dogs ending up in a household that's going to abuse the dog in any sort of precarious situations. We want to make sure that the people who take this dog or cat are going to keep it and love it and give it a really good home. There have been cases where that's not always what happens, even with our check. So I know some people get angry, what do you need all this for? But it's really for the benefit of the animals. It's not because we're being nosy. It's just really important. We want to make sure that they don't come back to us again. It's very stressful for these poor things. It's stressful that they're with us. They lose their behavior, they lose their manners, they forget what it is to interact with humans, and they get depressed. It's just really sad to see, and we want to make sure that once they get adopted, that it's forever, that they don't come back again.